Hi everybody, it's Rebecca Virginia, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 5 Valentine's Day DIYs under $5. These are all smaller DIYs, so I think they are perfect for a tiered tray, and it seems like my puppy had the same idea because when I was staging, he just had to steal some of my ideas. Let's start off with the first DIY, which is this cute love letters sack. Here's everything that you're going to need if you want to recreate this DIY on your own. My little sack that I'm using is from the Dollar Tree. It's one of the Easter Bunny ones, but they did come out with some for Valentine's Day that have hearts on them. I just couldn't find them in my store, and they already had all of the Easter stuff out. Isn't it crazy how Dollar Tree comes out with their seasons like a month in advance? Anyways, I just turned the sack inside out so that you couldn't see the bunny face, but if you have some fabric laying around, maybe some burlap, you can always use a hot glue gun and create your own sack. Then using some HTV, I created this design that said US mail, domestic with the weight. But if you do not have a cutting machine, it's no big deal. You can use a fabric pen or paint or really just a Sharpie to write out what you want on your little love letters sack. Then I stuffed it with some filling that I picked up from Joann Fabrics. It's very inexpensive and you can get a giant bag of it, but you can always use some plastic bags, maybe from the Dollar Tree, that you have laying around to fill up your sack. Then I took some of this red and white twine from the Dollar Tree to tie up my bag. And sorry, the camera goes out of focus a little bit, but I promise it gets better throughout the rest of the video. And I just wrote out love letters on a little piece of white cardstock, and then I hole punched it and tied it at the top. Our next DIY under $5 is a love letters envelope. If you want to recreate this DIY, here are the supplies that you'll need. If you haven't caught on already, not only are these DIYs coming in under $5, but they're also really quick and easy ones, so they're perfect to do right before Valentine's Day. I promise you still have time to make some DIYs. So to start off this one, I am creating our love letters by just cutting out a bunch of white cardstock, and then I am taking some paint. I did a pink color, 3 I left white, and 3 I painted a darker red. Then to kind of make them look a little bit more like envelopes, I just took a black pen and created that V down the front center of it. And to dirty them up and make it look like our love letters have really gone through a lot to get to their person, I just took a bit of brown paint and dirtied it up just a little bit. After I am done distressing our envelopes, I am going to move on to adding a centerpiece into each of the envelopes, and it's from a pretty unlikely item that I found at the Dollar Tree. I picked up these really cute heart toothpicks that I plan to use as coffee stirrers, but they were actually great in quite a lot of my Valentine's Day DIYs. I just popped the heart off of the toothpick, and then I took some hot glue to adhere it to the center of our envelopes. I also figured out about halfway through that I didn't have to rip and then cut the hearts off. If you gently tugged it kind of back and forth, the heart actually popped very cleanly off of the toothpick. Next, I am picking up this really cute galvanized envelope. I had no idea what I was going to use with it, but I thought it was too cute to pass up on, so I actually picked up 2, and I am taking some hot glue and just scattering the smaller envelopes inside the larger envelope all over so it kind of looks like they are all just tucked inside. I did like the plain red ribbon, but to kind of tie in with the red and white theme from our love letter sack in the previous DIY, I decided to go with this red and white gingham bow. The next DIY uses one of my favorite supplies that the Dollar Tree comes out with every Valentine's Day, and that is the wooden heart. Here are the other things you'll need to make this. I'm starting off by taking an item the Dollar Tree tends to have year-round, and that are the Happily Ever After frames. I popped out the actual backing of the frame because we're only going to be using the frame. Then, as I said before, this is one of my favorite items because it's so versatile and I can use it in so many different DIYs. I love the wood hearts that the Crafter Square section comes out with for Valentine's Day. I painted it a dark red color and then added some white vinyl that said Cuddles $1. I wanted the heart to be suspended inside the frame, so I took some jute and hot glue and just hot glued it onto the different sides of the heart because I did want the heart to be hanging at an angle, kind of looking like a swing inside of the frame. If you don't have jute or maybe wanted this to look a bit more shabby chic than rustic, I think some pretty lace or some white ribbon would have also looked really good hanging the heart inside of the frame. Hi everyone, it's Rebecca Virginia, and you might have noticed that this video is going up on a Saturday instead of my usual Thursday upload, and that is because this video is a part of the open playlist, the 5 Under 5 DIY challenge. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's an open playlist that anyone can enter, even any of you who are watching this video right now. If you have a YouTube channel, I definitely suggest next month entering a video into the 5 Under 5 playlist. Again, it's self-explanatory. You're going to create 5 DIYs under $5, and the video always premieres on the 5th of the month at, of course, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Farm Charm Chic. She is the host of this open playlist and DIY challenge, as well as Crafty Cove DIY. I will have their channels as well as the guest host link down below, and of course, the playlist. Now let's get back to the crafts. The next DIY is actually intended as a children's craft, but I changed it up to fit a tiered tray. Here's what you need to recreate it. The Dollar Tree will often put out some children craft kits for different holiday seasons, and I saw this one and just loved the truck shape of it, so I decided to pick it up. I'm just going to be using the wood shape. I did save some of the rhinestones, ribbon, and other little sequins that were included in the pack. Who knows, maybe I'll use it for a future DIY. But what I'm doing to make it fit my tiered tray is kind of using the same color palette that I have used in my previous DIYs. So I'm taking that same red color and painting our truck, and then I added a bit more definition, adding in the black wheels, the bumper, and kind of distressing it a little bit on the sides to give it some definition. I wanted to create a banner so that the truck said "Love You." So I took some scrapbooking paper and a black marker to write out "You" on the little banner that I have cut out, and then added some jute and hot glue to place that. For the hearts on the truck, I took these clothespins, I love these, and ripped off the hearts from the actual clothespins, and then I hot glued these down on top of the already heart shapes on the wood truck to kind of add a 3D effect. I also took some gingham ribbon that I have used in one of my previous DIYs in this video and added that at an angle to the truck as well. Everything in this video so far has kind of had the love letters theme. We had the mail bag, then we had the larger envelope, and I kind of thought of this as the truck that is carrying all of the love letters and all of the mail. So I added a toothpick and a little piece of white cardstock that I wrote "Special Delivery" on as the final touch to this love mail truck. The last DIY is a super easy love garland that ties together all of the items on our tiered tray. Here's what you need to make it. This one is so easy, it almost feels silly explaining it to you all because it is really easy. I am taking some of these love ornaments that I saw at the Dollar Tree, and they were already painted red and pink, and then the natural wood ones I am painting white. And I really like adding different layers to my tiered trays, so I wanted something kind of hanging or dangling down off it like a garland. So I grabbed some jute because I used jute in the previous DIYs, and I'm kind of keeping this tiered tray rustic. It was really easy. I just strung up the love hearts, and then I tied it around my tiered tray to complete the look. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep searching, keep creating.